Hey guys, Sandy here, and today's video is going to be yet another Vegas page. I promise I'm almost finished with them, I promise. I know I keep saying that. It's going to be a Design G pocket page from Becky Higgins, and what I'm doing is both sides of it are going to be about M&Ms. We went to the M&M store while we were in Vegas. So sometimes I do this, do both sides of a pocket page instead of so that when you're reading in the book you see, oh, M&Ms, and then you turn over and you're like, oh, still M&Ms, it's not a new thing. But I do that sometimes, and I'm okay with it. So I have some M&M embellishments, actually. I have these stickers from AHHH. I have some 3D stickers. I have a little bit of M&M paper left, and I have these M&M embellishments, and these are kind of old, and not from knowing that we were going to the M&M store, but my oldest daughter actually had M&M birthday cakes one year, so I scrapbooked with M&M embellishments. I pulled out a couple acrylic pieces, just stars and a heart, and then who knows what else I will get into in my stash. So let's get going and see what I can do. So I start out by punching out some label stickers with my EK Success punch, and it's an older punch, but it is a favorite one. And I think what I'm going to do is have this transparent heart up in one of those 3x4 pockets, and I think it's going to float in there. It ends up, that's not what I end up doing with it, but that's my idea. I do like when I do pocket pages to have at least some of the pocket transparent some of the time. Not every single time I do a pocket page, but I like being able to peek through and see what's behind it. So I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I was thinking, oh, I'll just put the date or something in there and I'll leave it like that and it'll peek out. That still ends up being a peekaboo pocket, it's just not with that heart. So this is the last of my M&M paper that I have from, oh my goodness, it's been years and years, probably 2004, 5, maybe even 2006, somewhere around there. So I've had this paper for a long time, and it's embossed M&Ms. I've had other kind of M&M paper, but I've used it all for that M&M party I was talking about. So I decided I'm going to use this as a filler card, journaling card. I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do. I don't have a whole lot to say about this. I don't have a whole lot of pictures either, so that's why I did this pocket page front and back, because I figured I could have some peekaboo parts and then some filler and stuff like that. So I'm just deciding that I like these little labels on here, and I'm trying to figure out which M&M I want to put on to this 4x6 card. And I decide that I'm not even going to put this on the front page, so I'm going to put it up to the side and work on something else. Do you guys do that when you're doing Project Life or any kind of pocket page where you're working on a particular pocket and then you're like, oh, I can't do it, and I'm just going to put it up here and set it to the side and just go back and do something that works for you? I mean, it makes sense I do that with my pocket pages because I do that with my regular scrapbook pages as well. Alright, so I'm making sure I'm building up this little M&M cluster down here. This is where I'm going to do my journaling with this lined paper. And that label sticker was just a little bit short, so I cut it, as you can see right there, and then put it underneath of the M&Ms, and you could never even tell that that label sticker is in two pieces, unless of course you're watching this video, or you know, somebody tells someone when they're looking through my albums, but whatever. So I just make sure to pull out one of these silver label stickers from Freckled Fawn, and I'm going to add this red paper that has been sitting around my desk. I believe I used it on a Coca-Cola layout most recently. So I just put that up there, and I'm thinking I have these silver label stickers, and I need to add some silver, but these stars are just really, they're just too big. I think I'm going to use this white star because it is smaller and it fits the size, but it doesn't really do it for me. So I end up just tossing it to the side. I don't think that white star ends up on any of these pockets. I really don't. So I decide that I'm going to bring out the blue M&Ms and ink the white edges in blue. I love watching people ink on Fast Forward. Like, seriously, it makes me so happy. Like, because I wish I could ink that fast in life. I wish I had that kind of speed with my fingers. So here I am. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do, what labels I want to use, how it's going to work out. I decide to add a little bit more silver to that bottom by tucking this label under that vertical strip. And then I decide I'm going to add a little bit to the top here to give it, you know, a little bit more M&M decoration. Because I figure if you're using themed stuff like these M&Ms, you should just go for it. Like, seriously, just go for it and enjoy using it. And then I have to stop the video because I go use those pinked dies up there to cut out some half circles. I only have that little teeny bit of the red scrap left, so I go ahead and pink out 2 sizes because I wasn't sure which size I would want. Oh, goodness. Whew, couldn't stop that yawn. And it's staying in there. Whew, goodness. All right. So, now I've completely lost track of what I was doing or thinking or saying. That yawn just took it right on out of me. My goodness. What in the world am I doing? Sandy, where are you? Oh, okay. So I grabbed that M&M sticker and put it on the scrap piece of paper here and cut out around it. It's a transparent sticker and I needed it to be a little bit more opaque. And I keep disappearing. I am not sure what in the world I am even doing. There I am. Okay. Oh, I was cutting it out. Alright, so we got those up there and I'm happy with that. And then I decide that I need to do a title card. And I find this big ampersand and I decide to put 2 little M&Ms on it. And of course I'm inking it in the blue. And I'm also going to use my Wink Estella pen and I'm going to glitterize the ampersand itself. And I start to do that here and then I decide to turn off the camera because you really don't need to see me Wink Estellaing everything there is to say. So it might not be quite obvious it's a title card, but it does say M and M. And then I pull out my Creative Memories metallic pens and discover that the green is not visible on the black and my silver is dying and I don't know what to do because I absolutely love this silver pen and I've had it for years and years and years. I don't know if they still make it. And I know Creative Memories has changed hands and moved around and all kinds of weird stuff, but I've got to find me a good silver pen because this one's dying and I love, love, love my silver pen. Okay, so I'm thinking that this heart's going to go here, and at first I was thinking it was going to be in the middle of the page, and then it ends up not being in the middle of the page. I'm thinking like it needs to layer on top of something because that's just the back of a photo. And I'm thinking about that green paper, and it's definitely not going to be the M&M paper. I like the colors of the heart that you see, so I'm thinking that it's going to have to be something very light, very white, maybe even a grid paper. And I think that's what I'm doing is poking through my grid papers right now. Yep, there I am. And I'm not loving it. Because I have grid everywhere. Like grid on the ampersand, grid on the thing. So what I ended up grabbing was a 4x6 Project Life card that had some chevron on it. I added that black plus washi tape, and then I cut out a piece of white scrap paper and had it underneath of the heart so you don't see the black washi tape through that transparency heart. And then I'm just using my washi tape that I won't use on pages to put down those brad tines. Now, these brads I've been trying to use up for a while. They were like rainbow colors of mini brads. And I'm super excited because the green was the last color I had. And it's not very often that I scrapbook with like primary grass green. So I was excited to realize that I had this primary green M&M paper and these primary green brads, and hello, I can use them all. And I was like, yes. So that worked out well, like really well, and I was super excited for it. And then I'm flipping over to the back to figure out what I need to do there. And I already have this card made up. It's ready to go, and I think it's going to be fine in the back. And something that's really cool, that round M&M picture in the upper left-hand corner is actually a light. In the building, all of their lights were these big M&Ms, and they were just super cool. So there were a lot of people standing with their cameras and their phones staring straight up at the ceiling getting pictures of the M&M lights. I have more pictures of them. This is the only one I printed. So I'm pulling out the label stickers again, and I keep pulling these little red guys, and I finally use them, and I use the fancy schmancy one, and I'm just going to have it go off the edge of the picture and cut off that little bit of excess. And then I make that into a rectangle label instead of one with an arrow on one end, because I like rectangle labels more than one arrowed labels. There we go. Say that 3 times fast. I couldn't even say it once on regular speed. And where am I? I keep disappearing, and I don't even know where I am. It's like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what to do up here. And I just decide to go with some stars. I'm going to use one of those silver stars after all. And I'm like, yes! Huge silver star. There's a big open space on the photo. It's totally going to work. And I just keep disappearing on this page. Okay. So I get it positioned because obviously how I had it positioned up there, I can't recreate it. I mean, I literally was just doing this 2 seconds ago, but I can't recreate it. And I get that yellow star on there as well because of the yellow car, and I'm thinking there's plenty of yellow. So I decide that it's too much light on the front and too much dark on the back, so I go ahead and flip those 2 cards. And then I fill the pocket with some sequins and some stars and then fuse it together. And then that is my pocket page. And then I'm like, oops, I forgot to journal. So before I take the pictures of the page, I add some journaling and I'm done. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.